up to us as African leaders to make sure that the trust and the confidence the citizens of our continent has placed on us is not betrayed. In Namibia, we will continue to contribute to the international efforts to address global challenges facing humanity today, such as environmental degradation and climate change. We are in this room today. We expect to be at the stadium because the past years we were so relaxed when it comes to the rain pattern. Particularly in Namibia, we knew that traditionally March is the heaviest rain season. But 35 of Namibia's independence, we never had the rain to the extent we have it this year. This is an impact of climate change. We believe in the peaceful resolution of conflicts, internally and internationally. And our policy to support the right of the people of Palestine and Western Sahara to self-determination will continue to be strengthened. We want to promote a win-win situation in trade at the regional level, continental level, and international level. Accordingly, we then will continue to demand for the lifting of sanctions against Cuba, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe in order to allow the trade to move from these countries to other parts of the world. Directors of ceremonies, as members of the AU Committee of 10, Namibia will continue to demand for the reform of the UN Security Council in order to ensure a fair representation of all citizens of the world. As I conclude, I am optimistic that as a nation, we can make a success of our country. We must work together as united people with one heart and one mind. Our founding president taught us, and I repeat, or I quote, "A people united, striving to achieve a common goal for all members of society will always emerge victorious." End of quote. Fellow Namibians, we all need to put our hands on the plow. There is a role to play for each and every Namibian. And we have enough resources to be shared by all Namibians. I implore every citizen, regardless of your background or political affiliation, to join me on this journey of continuous nation building. Let us move in unison under the banner of one Namibia, one nation, to build a prosperous future for ourselves, our children, and our generations to come. I want to thank sincerely our fourth president, Comrade Nangolo Mbumba. He led us during a very, very difficult time. but he has been very calm. And all of us, we were really comforted. And we were able to continue with our national responsibilities. He organized all the programs to send off our departed president in a very dignified manner. As God always prepared, he even made preparations that made it convenient that when our founding president departed, he was able to be paid farewell to all Namibians when the body was taken to all 14 regions of Namibia. It was an action highly appreciated by our people, in particular the young ones. They all now have made history that when they grow and the history of Namibia, they will read it, they will say, I was along the road when we were bidding farewell to our founding president. Again, during that process, our men and women in uniform have really done proud to our nation in the manner in which they manage the whole process. It is this leadership that I'll emulate. Mem Sister, you have been always there. Besides our president, you have really given the support which we highly appreciated. For me now, as the 5th President of the Republic of Namibia, I am committed, I am determined, and I believe that together with all Namibians, we can make Namibia the best place for one to live in. Long live the Republic of Namibia. Long live the people of Namibia. Long live the friendship between Namibia and the people of the world. Thank you for coming and thank you for your attention.
At the start of his speech, he did acknowledge fellow former female African leaders, which include Johnson Sirleaf, the former president of Liberia, and also Nkosazana, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini as well, and just thanking them also for laying the foundation that she is now going to build upon, also paying respect to the founding president and those that came before her as well, including the late president, Dr. Hage Geingob, and of course, Hifikepunye Pohamba as well.
Absolutely. She also said that she's going to preserve the gains that have been made at independence. And she will particularly focus on...
Welcome to African Spotlight 24, your premier source for news and current affairs from across the continent. We're glad you're here. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and turn on notification to stay up to date with the latest news and analysis. Your support helps us reach more people.
A leader who is shaking the world like an earthquake just got sworn into office. A former vice president of Namibia, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, was recently elected president of the country after serving as vice president from 2020 to 2022 and as foreign minister from 2012 to 2020. As the first female head of state in Namibia and the second in southern Africa after Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania, she's breaking barriers and rewriting history. But it's not just her gender that makes her stand out. It's what she stands for and the changes she's already bringing to the country. In today's episode, we'll be discussing how this trailblazing leader is shaking up the status quo, challenging the old guard, and inspiring a new generation of African leaders. So let's dive in and find out what makes Nandi-Ndaitwah such a force to be reckoned with. If you're new here, please subscribe now. We bring you news about Africa and its people every day. Let's get right into it. In her first 100 days in office, Nandi-Ndaitwah has already made significant strides in key areas such as immigration policy, regional integration, environmental protection, and women's rights. For instance, she immediately deported over 500 American nationals who had been living and working in Namibia illegally. She also announced plans to scrap visa requirements for Africans traveling to Namibia, as well as to explore ways of investing in renewable energy sources. Furthermore, she emphasized the need to protect vulnerable groups such as women and children from exploitation and abuse, setting up a task force to investigate cases of gender-based violence. Through these actions, Namibia's new leader has demonstrated her commitment to justice, equality, and sustainable development. However, some have criticized her policies as being too ambitious or unrealistic. Only time will tell whether she can deliver on her promises and make a lasting impact on Namibia and Africa as a whole. Nevertheless, one thing is certain: Nandi-Ndaitwah's rise to power signals a new era of African leadership and challenges the status quo of the past. Now let us take a closer look at the life and career of this remarkable leader and see what makes her tick. Born in 1957 in the small village of Omatera in Namibia's Omaheke region, Nandi-Ndaitwah's journey to the top has been marked by hard work, dedication, and a deep sense of social justice. Growing up under the oppressive rule of South Africa's apartheid regime, she witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of racial discrimination and inequality. This experience fueled her passion for activism, and she became involved in the struggle for Namibia's independence. After studying at the University of Namibia, then known as the University of Science and Technology, she began her career as a teacher before moving into politics. In the early 1980s, she joined the Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, and became a member of the party's Central Committee. She played a key role in the organization's refugee department, helping to coordinate relief efforts for Namibians who had fled the country to escape persecution. As the struggle for independence intensified, Nandi-Ndaitwah and other SWAPO members faced constant danger and uncertainty. They were targeted by South African security forces who used brutal tactics to suppress dissent. Despite the risks, Nandi-Ndaitwah remained committed to the cause and continued to work tirelessly for Namibia's freedom. When Namibia finally gained independence in 1990, Nandi-Ndaitwah was ready to serve her country. She was appointed to the cabinet as Minister of Education and subsequently served as Minister of Gender Equality and Child Welfare. Throughout her tenure, she worked to promote equal access to education and protect the rights of vulnerable children. However, her career was not without setbacks. In 2004, she was fired from her position as Minister of Health and Social Services after criticizing government policies. But she bounced back, winning a seat in Parliament and eventually becoming Deputy Prime Minister. In 2020, she made history when she was elected as Namibia's first female vice president under the leadership of President Hage Geingob. Now, as the new president of Namibia, Nandi-Ndaitwah is poised to make even greater contributions to her country and the continent of Africa. Her rise to power is an inspiration to many and a reminder that with hard work, dedication, and a commitment to justice, anything is possible. She is a true trailblazer who is breaking barriers and paving the way for future generations of African leaders. So let's take a moment to appreciate Nandi-Ndaitwah and all that she has accomplished. One of the most significant aspects of Nandi-Ndaitwah's leadership is her commitment to African unity and self-determination. She's a strong advocate for the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, and believes that intra-African trade is essential for the continent's economic growth and development. She is also critical of neo-colonialism and imperialism, and has called for African countries to take control of their own resources and chart their own futures. Nandi-Ndaitwah's Pan-Africanist views are evident in her foreign policy, which emphasizes cooperation and solidarity among African nations. She's particularly active in the SADC, the Southern African Development Community, and has worked to promote peace and security in the region. She is also a vocal critic of foreign interference in African affairs and has called for African countries to resist external pressures to align themselves with one side or the other in global conflicts. Her Pan-Africanism is also reflected in her support for the African Union's Agenda 2063, which aims to accelerate the continent's growth and development and improve the quality of life for Africans. She's particularly passionate about Agenda 2063's focus on science, technology, and innovation, and believes that investing in these areas is crucial for Africa's future. In addition to her commitment to African unity and self-determination, Nandi-Ndaitwah is also a champion of democracy, human rights, and good governance. She believes that these principles are essential for the development of any nation and has worked tirelessly to promote them in Namibia and beyond. As Namibia's president, Nandi-Ndaitwah has the opportunity to put her Pan-Africanist ideals into practice on the world stage. She's likely to face challenges from both within and outside of Namibia, but she's up to the task. Her leadership style is characterized by pragmatism and a willingness to compromise, but she doesn't shy away from making tough decisions when necessary. She is also a skilled diplomat and negotiator and has the respect of her peers both in Namibia and on the continent. Overall, Nandi-Ndaitwah's Pan-Africanist views and commitment to democracy, human rights, and good governance make her an ideal candidate to lead Namibia during these challenging times. She is a true visionary who has the potential to make a lasting impact on the continent of Africa. Now let us talk about some of the most significant changes she has introduced in her first 100 days in office. Firstly, Nandi-Ndaitwah has shown a commitment to prioritizing the needs of Namibians by introducing policies that aim to benefit the country and its people directly. For example, she has focused on reducing poverty and inequality by investing in education, healthcare, and social welfare programs. She has also implemented measures to promote gender equality and empower women and girls. By doing so, Nandi-Ndaitwah has demonstrated a genuine concern for the well-being of Namibians and has shown that she is willing to take action to improve their lives. This has been well received by the general public, especially women and youth who have been historically marginalized and underrepresented in Namibian politics. Secondly, Nandi-Ndaitwah has prioritized policies that promote regional integration and cooperation. For example, she has worked to strengthen ties with neighboring countries and has advocated for the free movement of people and goods across borders. This has the potential to boost trade and investment in the region and to create jobs for Namibians. Additionally, Nandi-Ndaitwah has called for greater cooperation on issues such as security and the environment, recognizing that these are cross-border challenges that require collective action. By taking this approach, Nandi-Ndaitwah has positioned herself as a leader who is not only focused on the interests of Namibia, but also on the broader African continent. Moreover, Nandi-Ndaitwah has prioritized policies that promote sustainable development and environmental protection. For example, she has pledged to invest in renewable energy sources and to protect Namibia's biodiversity. This is in recognition of the fact that environmental degradation and climate change are some of the biggest challenges facing the country and the continent as a whole. By taking action to address these issues, Nandi-Ndaitwah has demonstrated a commitment to safeguarding Namibia's natural resources for future generations. In conclusion, Nandi-Ndaitwah's first 100 days in office have been marked by a clear commitment to prioritizing the needs of Namibia and its people. By introducing policies that promote inclusive growth, regional integration, and sustainable development, Nandi-Ndaitwah has demonstrated a genuine concern for the well-being of Namibians and a vision for a better future for the country. While there are undoubtedly challenges ahead, Nandi-Ndaitwah's commitment to her constituents gives reason for optimism and hope for a brighter future for Namibia. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, please like and share this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And join our growing community. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and see you soon.
Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information and is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. African Spotlight 24 does not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations throughout Africa.